Good evening, Harriman fans, and welcome inside Jordan High School for the second game of what will be 4 games in 4 days. So tough stretch here for Harriman as last night they played Jordan, won 62-59. Tonight they're playing Viewmont. Tomorrow they'll be playing Hunter, and then they'll be taking on the 5A state champs of last year on Saturday. Mike, how are you feeling today?
Oh, I feel great. I mean, game 2 of this 4-game set, and we'll see if the Mustangs are, rested and ready to play.
Yeah, so last night was kind of an interesting game. First quarter was a little sloppy. Harriman got out to a lead in that second quarter. Third quarter got outscored 8-16, but was able to come back and maintain their lead in that fourth quarter to win the game. What impressed you about Harriman's performance of closing out that game after that slow first quarter?
Well, I think there's a couple things that we would want to talk about. I think this is the second game in a row where HHSWBB has come in and really performed quite well. I mean, stepped it up, made some threes, is helping contribute in a lot of different ways. So I think she did a good job. The other thing is we were missing Morgan Groning, who wasn't playing, and we had one of the girls who stepped in, and Haley Hilton did a great job. So I think those are two key additions to the team that didn't really get a lot of playing time last year and really stepped up and helped them to the victory yesterday.
Harriman yesterday made 9 threes, 7 in the first half, only 2 in the second. But I think what's interesting this season is Harriman's only shooting 35% from twos while shooting 42% from threes.
Yeah, when they start to drive and kick, it really allows some of these shooters to get some good looks. And the other thing is when they're rebounding, and they get that ball and start at the outlets, I think we have a couple girls, Burbage, Murdoch. They get out there, and Mons, they set up, and as soon as they get the ball, they get some good looks.
Now time for some starting lineups. First, the Viewmont Vikings. They are 4-3 on the season with first-year head coach Cameron Gardner. They will start a 5'6" senior guard, Addie Welsh, along with a 5'8" junior guard, Christina Gunnell, a 5'10" sophomore, Mara Mickelson, a 5'10" senior forward, Emma Mulatalo, and then I believe her sister, 6-foot sophomore center, Aubrey Mulatalo. For your Harriman Mustangs, they're 4-2 on the season, led by Kent Smith in his 6th season. They'll start McKinley Enger, a senior guard at point guard, along with senior guard Mariah Mons and junior guard Hallie Burbage, along with junior guard Shelby Yuleberry and senior forward Brindley Murdoch. Tip-off underway. Mike, what do you think some keys are for the game for Harriman to pull out the victory?
Well, again, I'm going to keep it. If we can rebound the ball, I know if the first games it's worked. Oh, there's a good shot by Murdoch. That's,
quick shot in the offense. She's open, shot it without hesitating. Brindley knocks down the first 3 of the game just like we saw yesterday.
Yeah, she's automatic when she gets set like that. I mean, she's going to hit the net every single time. It's fun to watch her shoot the ball.
On the other end, Welsh shoots the triple, misses. Enger controls the rebound, pushes ahead to Yuleberry. She kicks to the corner. Mons, Enger on the wing, crosses. Burbage drives. Nice 2-step layup, up and in for Burbage, 2 points.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'd like to look at, Miley, is when it's a dumb foul. Sorry about that. When Harriman drives to the basket, if they can go in a direct line, we're going to get some good shots. It's when the girls will start to, show their back to the basket, dribble, we don't get as good a shot. So we'll see how that goes for this game this today.
Gunnell for the Vikings here. Trying to hit the cutting Mulatalo, and it'll be out of bounds. Viewmont with an early turnover, and they're going to set up in a press.
Yeah, Harriman's had a tough time with the press earlier in the year. I mean, we saw them against Lone Peak and really struggle, so we'll see if they can get that up there.
Enger gets away with the travel there, but Murdoch into the front court Mons pulls the three, and she swishes.
That's
2 for
three.
2, and 2 early threes for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and see, I think this type of press that we're running, it's not really to get, it's not to steal the ball from the ball handler. It's just for to have the other team make bad passes. Good rebound by Murdoch.
Brindley pulls in the rebound, pushes ahead for Harriman, finds Yuleberry, drives over the top, kicks back out to Murdoch. Burbage in the corner, finds the cutting Enger. And Murdoch pulls again off the back rim and into the hands of Gunnell.
That's a good shot for Murdoch, but again, I'd like to see her just shoot those threes. She's money back there.
Gunnell drives, trying to find Mulatalo. Another turnover for Viewmont too early in this quarter as Murdoch pushes and hits Yuleberry on the wing. Enger drives back to Yuleberry, 3 short. And Enger almost pulls in the offensive rebound. A great look from deep. Great ball movement there early in the offense.
Yeah, we're seeing the Harriman move the ball. I think everyone's touching the ball, which is always kind of nice for the girls that are out there. So hopefully they can keep that up. And again, let's move our feet and not reach.
Mustangs line up in their press as Gunnell drives and kicks out to Mickelson. She drives and Enger's looking for that block, but she's going to get whistled for the foul.
Yeah, that's a tough one to pick up so early in the ball game. That's number 2, so she might not be able to see much playing time here for the rest of the half.
Mickelson at the line, hits her first shot on the season, averaging 7 points and 3 rebounds a game while shooting 40%. Last night against Hunter, just 2 rebounds and 1 block. Didn't get a point on the board. Checking in for the Mustangs, Morgan Groning, who didn't see any action last night, in for Enger. She has 2 fouls.
Yeah, the one thing I'm going to keep on watching, Miley, is just seeing how many, what the rebounds look like and how many offensive rebounds we give up. So far, we're 0, which is great.
Burbage in the corner. Kicks up top to Murdoch. She's open. She releases and off the right rim.
It's okay, it's a good
Almost
shot.
another offensive rebound there. We see some early effort on the offensive glass, but another 3 by Harriman and a great look after some great ball movement. The Mustangs continuing in their press. Burbage knocks the ball out of bounds. Back to Viewmont. Welsh finds Gunnell as Burbage is hounding her up the court. Gets stopped by Murdoch. And already 10 seconds have gone off the shot clock.
Yep, there's the first offensive rebound.
Mickelson misses, but corralled by Mulatalo. She'll get 2 points off the offensive rebound.
Yeah, that's a second chance point for Viewmont, so we gotta stop those real quick.
Yuleberry
Oh,
hits Murdoch. She skips to Burbage. Almost a turnover there, kept alive by Murdoch. Mons on the wing. Skips, and she gets nailed by Gunnell, who will pick up her first foul of the game.
yeah, Miley, it's when we play Viewmont, I get a little bit of a PTSD complex. I had a bad experience watching a Viewmont game. So one of these times I might have to go into a little more detail and tell you what happened.
Well, Mons is at the line and she drains the first one. I think it's a great opportunity for you to tell what happened.
Well, we were playing Viewmont, and man, I'll tell you what, the referees were having a tough time running up and down the court, and we had a girl get concussed, and let's just make a long story short. I yelled at I was sitting at the very top all by myself, and I just told the referee, I said, run up at the court and do your job. I don't think he liked that. He stopped the game, and he kicked me out of the game, and I wasn't allowed to go to the varsity game. So since then, I don't say anything else to the referees. I'm just very quiet.
I don't want to get kicked out from over here. That would not be good. Mustangs lead 10-3. 4 minutes left in the quarter, and another triple. This time coming from Hallie Burbage.
Yeah, that was a great look, a great drive, and a kick. That's if the Mustangs can just do that, drive and kick, they're going to get those open looks all day long, and it'll also open up better lanes for them to get easy shots.
Gunnell drives the baseline, steps out of bounds. Mustangs showing some great defense here, up by 10 in this first quarter. 3:49 left to go. Checking in for the Vikings, number 1, Kayla Stout. She'll line up in the Vikings press at the top.
Yeah, if Harriman can just move the ball, I know how Viewmont plays. They're super aggressive. They overplay. So if you can just make the right passes, oh, that was a good look. If you just make the right passes, you're going to get wide open looks every time. Viewmont just likes to overplay.
Murdoch tries to throw to the open Groning. Ball just slips through her fingertips and out of bounds. Turnover Mustangs, which I believe is just the first of the game. Completely different first quarter of what we saw from yesterday, where the Mustangs, I believe, had 7 turnovers in that opening quarter, doing a much better job here early in this game, controlling the ball.
Yeah, 7 turnovers, and I think they had 4 offensive rebounds given up. And so right now it's just 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound, and you can see we're at 13-3, so it makes a big difference.
Mulatalo with the fadeaway off the front of the rim. Brindley cleans the board. Kicks ahead to Burbage in that corner where she just hit a 3. She drives, kicks back out. Murdoch off the rim, but Burbage pulls in an offensive rebound, and she'll get blocked. Quickly the other way, Stout.
Yeah, what I like there, Burbage took that strong to the basket, and she saw 3 or 4 people around her and made the right look to Murdoch outside. So, I mean, if they can continue to do that, they're going to get great shots, great looks, and Murdoch's going to hit that almost every time. So great job there by Burbage.
And for the Mustangs, Haley Hilton for Hallie Burbage. She did a great job starting yesterday in place of Morgan Groning, who was sick, but she checks in early into this game.
Wow.
Great shot there by Mulatalo.
That was a great look.
Mustangs lead right now 13-6 as Groning has the ball on the left wing up top to Murdoch. She drives over the top, gets it stripped.
It's our second turnover. That's the team's second turnover, Miley.
Mulatalo kicks ahead to Peterson. Stout up top. Peterson comes back up top, finds De Silva. Mickelson, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Stout pump fakes, looks for the drive, and gets stripped by Groning. Great defensive play there, stepping over on the help. Mons drives, kicks out to Murdoch. Oh. And she'll turn it over. De Silva with the steal.
Having some empty possessions going on right now.
Mons with the tip, and the steal. She goes coast to coast and gets fouled. Stout will be called with the foul. Mustangs looking very active here on the defensive end.
Yeah, they're moving their feet, and again, the 6 points, they've given up a 3, a layup, off an offensive rebound, and then a free throw. So, I mean, great defense that they're playing. They just got to keep on having some possessions where they're not turning the ball over.
In for the Mustangs, Ajel Street had 1 rebound and 1 assist in last night's game against Jordan, as Mons has 1 more free throw. She sinks it, and she's up to 6 points in this first quarter.
Yeah, she's been a real steady scorer for the Mustangs all year and all of last year. Really has a great shot from the outside. It's fun to watch her play.
Welsh kicks up top to De Silva, works it around to Gunnell. She lets it fly and misses the rim. Hilton with the rebound. Mons attacks, pulls back out. Groning on the top. Back to Mons. She lets the triple fly and short. Into the hands of the Vikings, Welsh. Just 1 minute to go in this opening quarter. Mustangs lead 15-6. De Silva. Welsh dribbles up top for the Vikings, over the top. Finds Peterson. Drives, misses the layup. Brindley cleans the glass, and she's pushing.
Yeah, she's done a great job in this first half, or first quarter with the rebounds, Miley. I don't know what the number is, but she's got a lot of rebounds. Great
Mons
look.
drives, finds Hilton on the baseline, hits the back rim, but great look.
You know, from what I've seen so far this quarter, Miley, I mean, Harriman really is doing a good job driving to the hoop and looking for that open player. Oh, that's one of the worst fouls in basketball.
Gunnell pulls up from 3 with just 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Morgan on the contest fouls her and will send her to the line for 3 free throws. Just 10 of 15 on the season, 67% from the foul line.
Yeah, you hate giving up one from, 30 feet. She was well behind the line, and, she's, shooting, it looks like, probably 25% from the three-point line. So there was probably a pretty good chance that was not going to go in.
Gunnell in her last 3, averaging 11.7 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. So a very active player here for Viewmont. She hits the 3rd free throw, goes 2 for 3. As Mustangs lead 15-8, 15 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Groning in the middle as they break the press. 7 seconds left on the clock. Mons drives, picks up her dribble, and turns it over.
Ooh.
Welsh lets it fly, hits the back of the rim. Won't count, but another turnover for the Mustangs as they lead 15-8 after the opening quarter. Quick timeout on the floor. And we will be back. This is Game On Live Studio. Harriman with a 7-point lead at the start of the second quarter. They started the game off well, only not having any turnovers. In the last couple minutes, had 4, but they still lead by 7.
Yeah, that 7-point lead could be a little bit more. We had a lot of empty possessions and, given them some foul shots. They've only hit 1 3 and 1 2. So when you're playing solid defense on a team like Viewmont who doesn't have really somebody who can break you down, it's going to be hard for them to score. So that's great defense right there by Murdoch. Great defense.
20 seconds left on the shot clock. Back to Peterson. Murdoch contests in. Long into the hands of Hilton. Murdoch crosses into the middle. Over to Burbage. She'll let it fly. And again, short. De Silva pulls in the board.
Yeah, and I don't know how this will hold up, Miley, but I know one thing. When you play back-to-back and then you're going to play a back-to-back, so you got 4 games in a row, a lot of times you're going to lose legs in game 2, game 3, and game 4. This is one of those games where it's going to be a good idea to drive.
And we'll see what happens in game 3 and 4 because like I mentioned before the game, Harriman will be taking on Springville, the defending 5A state champs on Saturday, which will be their 4th game of the week.
Yeah, that's going to be a really tough matchup, and we'll see if they're ready to play and if they have the energy.
Mulatalo drives baseline, kicks out to Peterson, working the ball around the perimeter as Gunnell lets it fly, and she misses. Agel goes for the rebound, and the Vikings will pick up a foul.
Yeah, great
Agel
job.
Street, who's the smallest on the court, pulls in the rebound the possession before, goes for the second one, and gets Viewmont the foul.
Yeah, she's done a good job. She got some good playing time in the game against Lone Peak and, really showed no fear against that team. So she's getting rewarded with some good playing time.
15-8, Mustangs lead. Minute and a half into the quarter. Mons releases off the back of the rim. Mustangs in that opening quarter hit 3 threes, already 2 taken here in this second quarter.
That's a great steal. She's got such long arms. Mons can, she can really make it difficult for teams when they're driving like that because those arms are just so long.
Burbage on the drive, finds Street on the baseline, but Viewmont would be called with the block. And in for the Mustangs, Shelby Uleberry in for Groning. And again, Uleberry's been doing an excellent job here for the Mustangs. In her last 2 games, averaging 14 points, 3.5 rebounds, and she has shot 7 of 10 from the 3-point line in the last 2. Hilton gets the ball over the top, tries to find Street but turns it over. Stolen away, and Peterson up the court. Burbage gets it back quickly for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good job by Agel putting her hand in the cookie jar and was able to get one.
Kicks to Mons, she drives, Street in the corner,
there
hits
you go.
it.
A lot of confidence. I mean, she's the smallest on the court, but she's got a huge heart. Good to see her respond and play like that. Like I said, she gotten good rebound.
Hilton pulls in the board. Mons kicks across to Street. She drives, finds Uleberry in the corner. She'll try from deep and miss, but into the hands of Mons, put back in 2 points.
Yeah, you can tell one of the things Kent's doing right now is when we get the rebound, he wants the team running. He wants to push the ball, and you can see that they're going to get good looks that way.
Mustangs outscoring Viewmont 5-0. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Mickelson drives over the top, stops and pulls off the back of the rim. And Burbage pulls in another rebound, throws it up to Mons. She'll try saving it. Uleberry gets it. Street releases again.
Oh.
Mons with an offensive rebound.
Good hustle.
Street slows it down for the Mustangs. Over to Uleberry. Back up top to Mons. One dribble pull up, and I believe that got tipped. Oh.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
Refs are gonna.
They all agree that it didn't get tipped. I don't know how. I've got the worst. I better start yelling. Maybe they'll kick me out after this.
I mean, maybe if we start talking louder on the broadcast, then maybe they'll hear you. But I thought that was tipped. I don't think she would have airballed by 5 feet. But anyways, Stout into the front court for the Vikings. Guarded by Street. Gold. Now Mickelson. Silva. Great ball movement here by the Vikings, but another turnover.
Yeah, good job by Burbage getting her hand in there.
And great pass by Mons, but Burbage misses the layup. De Silva being guarded by Uleberry, hounded, picks up her dribble. Finds Mickelson in the post, she'll back it out. Skip, and Stout will pull. Air ball.
An offensive rebound.
Mickelson, another offensive rebound. 2 on this possession, but the Mustangs luckily don't allow them to score on the possession. Street being guarded by Stout, picks up her dribble, finds Burbage at the top. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Uleberry off the back rim.
Yeah, this is where I'd like to see a little bit more, driving to the basket, Miley. I think they're just passing the ball outside and settling for some shots right now. And like I said, would love to see a little bit more driving and making Viewmont, contest some shots and maybe picking up some fouls.
Yeah, foul count here in this opening half is just 4-4. Kind of a low number compared to what we saw last night's game. The second half of last night's game, Harriman fouled 7 times in the third quarter and 6 in the fourth. 13 fouls, so 4 here in the second quarter is an extremely low number.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're looking at what we've scored per quarter on this one, the score in the second quarter is 5-0, and we've played 5 minutes. So I mean, I think this would be a good time to really drive the ball and start getting some better shots at the rim.
I'm not sure what the refs are looking at here. But looking at the Mustangs right now, Mons leads the team with 8 points. Burbage has 5. Augel Street has 3. And Murdoch also has 3. Harriman will call a timeout up by 12. We'll take the timeout with them. This is Game On Live Studio. (20-8) is the score right now. Mustangs lead with 2:51 remaining in the opening half as they have the ball after this timeout. Viewmont putting on their now full court man pressure, and they'll get charged with a quick foul as Yuleberry was trying to get open. Yuleberry playing the point right now for the Mustangs. Burbage.
Looks like Yuleberry got hip checked there, but sometimes the refs are going to let some of that go.
Mons on the right wing, starts right, goes left, spins back around, scoops up the layup and gets it to drop. She is very effective with that spin when she stays under control.
Yeah, there we go, driving it to the hoop now. It's going to bring the defenders inside, and I think the next thing we can look, oh, it's a travel. That's a travel, there we go.
Looked for a sec as the ref threw his hand up that they were going to call a foul, but
they listened to me. They heard me screaming from here. It was me who made that call, Miley.
Do you want to go? Just
no.
Okay, you don't want to put on a shirt?
It's hard. Sometimes I see some of those things, and what happens is I just want to call it. I'll just call it for the referees. So
you'll just call it on the broadcast?
Yeah, I'll just call it on the broadcast as well. So I'll try not to do that, but it's just a habit.
It's okay. Burbage in the corner. Long, and Yuleberry almost pulls in the rebound, but loose ball comes away with Viewmont. Mulatalo, another triple. That's her second of the game.
Yeah, when she gets the ball, it's a quick shot. I mean, and it's a different release, but it goes in. I mean, that's 2 big ones for her. That's the first points for the quarter for them. Boy, the refs let a lot of this stuff go. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to do that in every quarter.
Mons drives again, and this time over the rim. Then on the rebound, she will foul. That'll be the Mustangs' 5th foul of the half.
And when I say they let a lot of stuff go, I mean, it's been on both ends. I mean, Viewmont's driven a bunch of times, and they've, had their, body checks, hip checks, reaching the hands in the cookie jar. So, I mean, it's been called both ways. It's not like we've had poor refereeing.
Mulatalo on the wing, guarded by Mons. Loses it, but Gold. Stout lets it fly from deep, and Burbage pulls in another rebound.
Yeah, they've really done a much better job, with as many missed shots that Viewmont has had. They have, get in, Murdoch. Oh, nice rebound. Oh.
Couple opportunities there for the Mustangs. Can't get a bucket to drop, but again, you see them attacking the offensive glass. But on the other end, De Silva gets the layup. 5 straight points for Viewmont. 40 seconds left to go in the quarter. Mustangs lead 22-13.
Yeah, there was quite a few looks that we could have had there, so too bad one of those didn't go in.
Mons, another 3-pointer, short.
Oh, good hustle there. Good play by Viewmont.
Welch saves the ball in bounds, and she takes it up. Mulatalo spins around Mons, goes up for the layup. Hilton on the help, whacks her on the arms, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Mulatalo's an interesting story. As looking at her stats, she's only played in 3 of the team's 7 games this year. She played the opening game against Lehigh, played against Riverton in their second game, had 32 points, 5 threes, and 4 rebounds. And it didn't look like she played until last night against Hunter, but she's averaging 20 points on the season and 3 rebounds while shooting 48%.
Well, that's her 8th point right there. So she's done a good job, and really Viewmont being down as much as they were down and having 0 points just 3 minutes ago. Have gone on a 7-0 run, so it's going to give them some confidence going into the half and getting ready for the third quarter.
8 seconds left in the second quarter. Yuleberry drives, finds Mons in the corner, and she hits a 3 as time expires. Mustangs will take a 10-point advantage into the half after they hit 5 threes.
Yeah, that's half their average. They usually average 10 a game. You know what I really liked about that shot is no hesitation, and although that we had missed probably the last 5, 6, maybe even 7 threes, there was no hesitation on that, and that's really important for a team like the Mustangs who really rely on that 3-point shot. So that was a good way to end the game or end the half.
Mons ends a 7-0 run with the triple, kind of ending Viewmont's momentum that they were building up, but again they lead by 10 at the half. This is Game On Live Studio. We'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to almost the second half. We're going to talk a little bit and break down this first half. Harriman leads right now 25-15, up by 10. What did you see in that first half that you liked on the defensive end? They got quite a few steals in the opening half.
Yeah, I thought it was a great effort. I mean, they held them to 15 points and really 0 points throughout most of the second quarter until the last 2 or 3 minutes. So defensively, they did a good job. They didn't give up a lot of offensive rebounds. Maybe I can say maybe 3 or 4. Didn't have a lot of turnovers. So, I mean, I think they've done a good job. You know, one thing that I am impressed is, you know, Ken Leanger, you know, picked up 2 really quick fouls after 1 minute or 90 seconds into the game and didn't play another minute in that first half. And with her out, you know, you had players, you know, Agel came in and hit a big 3 in there, and other players have had to come in and step in, you know, replacing those minutes that, you know, Kenley was on the bench.
Mons leads all scorers right now with 14 points. She's been terrific over the last 2 games, averaging 17.5 points per game, shooting 48%. What are you seeing from Mons that has allowed her to get to 14 points in the first half?
Yeah, what she's done a really good job of is being aggressive. I mean, when she finds an opening and when she sees a shot, you know, she's going to take it. And that's just going to create really big lanes. She's got a good pump fake when she shoots that ball from the 3, and then she can drive. So, I mean, really impressed with, again, just how aggressive she's been. And again, just when she gets the ball, I mean, she doesn't need a lot of space. I mean, she's got a really quick release, and, you know, those shots go in.
Viewmont not really known as an offensive rebounding team this season. They average 8 a game. Mustangs did a pretty decent job in that first half until the last couple possessions, holding Viewmont to just 4 offensive rebounds and 2 second chance points.
Yeah, you know, Harriman's done a really good job. I think that, you know, the second half, you know, if they can continue to play good defense, not pick up stupid fouls, you know, I think that they can really extend this lead to, you know, 20, 25 points. You know, for Viewmont, really it's getting into a groove. And they need to find a way to get more looks for Mulatalo. I mean, we've seen her shoot only maybe 5 or 6 times in the game, and I mean those shots have looked extremely good, especially from outside. I mean, she's hit some step back threes that have been really impressive.
That's a player to watch here in the second half. Mulatalo right now has 8 points, but again, in the 3 games that she's played this year, averaging over 20 points while shooting 48% from the field and 43% from deep. We'll see if Harriman will be able to hold her under her average or if she lets loose a little bit in the second half. Vikings start with the ball for the second half, and they'll go to Mulatalo. I believe they are sisters. Emma Mulatalo, number 32, is a senior, while Aubrey Mulatalo, the sophomore, is number 33. So I do believe they are sisters. Can't really do too much research on high school girls basketball because there's not a lot of information to go with. But that's what we're going to go with.
Yeah, we'll call them sisters. And that was a good play for Viewmont to start the game. You know, just a quick dive and a contested shot that's going to create a foul. And I think Viewmont needs to continue to do that.
Welsh gets the second one to drop. Enger back on the court after, like you said, only playing like 30 seconds there in that first quarter, picking up 2 quick fouls. Nice to see her back on the court. Enger drives over the top, kicks to Murdoch in the corner. She'll skip it out to Mons. And in and out, but some great ball movement there by the Mustangs. They drove a couple times and found the eventual shooter.
Yeah, Murdoch did a great job, and that's what I'm talking about. She was open for 3, you know, drew out the defender, went to the middle of the key. Everyone was there. She saw Mons for a wide open look, and again, those are the looks that are going to help us, you know, just make shots because they're wide open looks. Good passing.
Mustangs easily break the press. Mons attacks into the body of Mulatalo and shoots it over the rim. Mulatalo, another 3-pointer. That's her 3rd of the game. She's now up to 11 points.
Yeah, when she lines up, I mean, it's a different shot, but it goes in.
Edgar drives, kicks out to Murdoch, who had a great look at it, just in and out. And the Vikings go the other way. Welsh finds Mulatalo on the block. She spins, and she gets the layup to go. This time, Aubrey Mulatalo, the sophomore.
Yeah, so it's a 6-0 run to start the third quarter. It's the Mulatalo sisters who are, bringing them back.
Mustangs lead still 25-21. 6:20 remaining in the third quarter. Mustangs have had some good looks. Enger drives there off the backboard but misses. Rebounded by Mickelson. Vikings looking to push here.
Good rebound by Burbage. She's done a much better job this game attacking the defensive board. So that's a great outlet pass. There's not a lot of girls who are going to be able to rebound, throw that outlet pass so quick, and get a good look. Certainly Mustangs needed some points this quarter.
Great full court pass there by Burbage. Mons with the layup, now up to 16 points. First points of the second half. Looking for a stop here on the defensive end as Edgar gets the steal. She'll go up for the layup, scoop it off the backboard and misses, but Yuleberry follows for the rebound.
Yeah, that's a bad miss right there. We got to those are contested shots, but you got to go up strong on those layups, especially when there's people who are coming there to contest.
With the jump ball, Harriman will get it back. They are up by 6. 5:20 remaining in the third quarter.
It was a good steal.
Viewmont comes out of halftime and looks like they have a little more aggression to them. Burbage
Great
finds
pass.
the cutting Mons.
Oh.
She misses short off the backboard, and De Silva pulls in the board.
Yeah, without the Mulatalo sisters in, it'll be interesting to oh, there they go.
Nice give and go action there by the Vikings, finding De Silva for the layup. 4 points for her.
I would have liked to see Murdoch. That's one she needs to pull right there. I know it was early in the shot clock, but I like that shot from her.
Burbage drives, finds Yuleberry on the wing. In and out. So many opportunities the Mustangs have had from deep.
Good hustle. That's a great hustle play right there.
Edgar drives, finds Mons. Kicks back out. Edgar finds Yuleberry. She'll drive now. She'll go up. And she'll get fouled. And Mickelson will pick up her first foul of the game.
Yeah, that was good ball movement. Every Harriman shooter had an opportunity if they wanted to raise up from three, and everyone drove, kicked it out. And I think there might be a little bit of a hesitation from Harriman from three right now. They've missed, several in a row in and out, and so that's a good job for Yuleberry going and driving and picking up a foul.
Mustangs in this quarter being outscored 8-3, have had some great opportunities and great looks. Again, just struggling to find the bottom of the net as Yuleberry knocks in her free throws.
Referee's having a tough time finding out what ball who's going to get that ball.
Peterson will bring it up for the Vikings. Stout being guarded by Yuleberry. Finds De Silva. They have this high action with the backdoor cutter. She'll miss the layup. It'll be Mustangs' ball, but that's a play we've seen several times now with the two bigs raising to the elbows, and they're just looking for backdoor cutters.
Yeah, the one thing on the play like that is if you're going to go for a steal, you got to make sure you're going to get that, because if you miss it, that's a wide open layup.
Mons kicks to Yuleberry in the corner. And this time, the ball will drop.
Yeah, she hit every part of the rim on that, so glad that thing went in. And again, you can just see the confidence when she's shooting. She's doing a really good job just getting her shot and scoring.
Great drive there by Peterson. They kick out to Gunnell. She'll hit the three. Matching Yuleberry's, just a possession to go.
Yep, big bucket by Viewmont. Looked like Harriman might have been getting a little bit of momentum, and they just took it right away.
Mons will drive, pull up from 15 feet short. and rebounded by Peterson. Oh. Great pass by De Silva. She finds Gunnell in the corner for three, looking for back-to-back, but she'll miss. And an offensive rebound by Viewmont. But the Mustangs pulling the board. Murdoch kicks ahead to Mons. Tries to find Ulibarri underneath the basket, but De Silva comes away with the steal.
Yeah, we're at the track meet right now. Up and down, up and down.
Stout kicks up top to De Silva. No real ball pressure here by Mustangs. Seemed like their defense from that first quarter, now in the third quarter, just isn't as aggressive.
And Viewmont's being a lot more aggressive. I mean, like you said, you mentioned they're not a team that gets a lot of offensive rebounds. I think only 8 a game. But I think that they're near that average, and we still have a whole quarter to go.
De Silva with the bucket up to 6 points. Only averages 4 points a game. And Kenley will pull in the offensive rebound off Murdoch's miss. Mariah this time off the back part of the rim.
And one of the differences, again, is you can see that Viewmont is, not just crashing the board, but they're doing a lot of driving. Harriman's settling for a lot of offense or a lot of outside shots, and they're just not getting a lot of good looks that are out there.
Stout in the corner will drive baseline. And Harriman comes away with another steal. They're doing a great job on the defensive end. I wish I would have kept track of steals this game. And
that's a great
Ulibarri
finish.
Drives, goes into the contact, embraces it, and she'll get the and one.
Yeah, it looked like the official had to think about what he wanted to call right there, but I mean that girl fell down well after the fact that Ulibarri shot that. So that was a great drive by Ulibarri. And again, Miley, this is someone who didn't start at the beginning of the year, has been coming in with meaningful minutes, started, last game or played a lot of minutes last game with some injuries. And, Ulibarri's just been looking really good, really confident out there on the court.
Ulibarri in last night's game against Jordan had 15 points, 4 rebounds, shot 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from deep. In her last 2, 7 of 10 from 3.
And is she almost at double digits tonight, Miley? I think she is.
I believe that's 8 points if I'm keeping track correctly. This is Welsh on the right wing. Finds De Silva on a curl cut.
Oh, boy.
Mulatalo kicks back out to De Silva. Peterson drives over the top, throws it up, misses off the backboard, and Enger pulls in the board.
Yeah, good rebound by Kenley. Good pass.
Kenley drives, finds Murdoch. She'll throw out to Hilton. She'll drive, miss off the glass. Great drive there, but De Silva with another board. A play that was almost broken, but Mulatalo ends up with the ball somehow in her hands and gets an easy bucket.
Yeah, we'll call that a tip pass from sister to sister. I don't think that really happened, but we'll say Mulatalo passed it to her sister on that one.
Enger drives, jump stops, short off the front of the rim, gets her on rebound, she misses again. De Silva finds Mulatalo cutting for the reverse layup. Great finish there.
Their bigs are really running the court, and I think their coach has done a great job, putting in, taking them out and putting them in. Those are some, girls that are just running the court hard.
Mustangs lead cut down to 3, 35-32, just 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Enger kicks out to Street. She drives with her right hand, backs out. Being hounded on defense, and Viewmont comes away with the steal, but the buzzer sounds and Mustangs will take a 3-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll take this timeout with the quarter. This is Game On Live Studio. Vikings outscore the Mustangs 17-10 in that third quarter. Deficit for the Vikings just cut down to 3 as the Mustangs lead 35-32. 8 minutes to go in the game. Kind of similar third quarter of what we saw from last night's Jordan game. Jordan came out of halftime and outscored the Mustangs 8-16. Now Viewmont comes and outscores the Mustangs 10-17.
Yeah, 10-17, brought them right back in there, and you could tell, going into the fourth quarter. I mean, Viewmont has got a lot of energy. They believe in themselves. Great defense by Kenley right there. That's a good job.
Great defense as Enger guarding Peterson up top gets the jump ball, and quickly the Mustangs get the ball back. Murdoch up top for the Mustangs. Street in the corner, kicks up top to Enger. She'll shoot it short and out of bounds. Viewmont with the ball back, checking in for the Mustangs. Mons for Enger and Burbage for Murdoch.
Yeah, Kent's doing a good job getting, he got some of his horses, some good rest, some good break, and we'll see if they're ready to play the last 7 minutes of the game.
Peterson drives, goes right past Street, and she's going to go to the foul line.
Yeah, see, and that's kind of the difference, Miley. They're attacking the hoop, and they're making the referees make a call. Whether they foul them or not, it's forcing the refs to do something. And again, Harriman settled for a lot of outside shots. They live and die by the 3 a lot of times, and don't penetrate as much as they need to. And we'll see if that continues to happen for this quarter.
Foul shots last night against Jordan became the story of the game as Jordan came back into the game shooting 21 of 27 free throws. We'll see how this fourth quarter plays out if Viewmont is able to come back because of their foul shooting.
Yeah, 27 free throws. And I think Harriman, I think they were, 11? They didn't shoot that many. I mean, there was 16 more free throws.
Mustangs lead by 2, 35-33. 7:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mons gets stuck. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. She tries to find cutting Groning, but it looked like it went off of her legs, but it looks like, they're giving it back to the Mustangs.
Yeah, we'll take that. I'm not going to yell at that call.
Street will take it out of bounds over the top to Burbage. Guarded by Da Silva. Attacks Mulatalo. Some sound defense here, but great pass by Street as Mons blows the buddy. Some great opportunities here for the Mustangs in the second half and just can't finish.
Yeah, they've missed a lot of layups. They're going to watch this film, over the next couple days and just realize that, you got to make those layups.
Peterson up top from 3. Way left. And it will go out of bounds. Looks like Mustangs hit it out of bounds, and Viewmont will retain possession.
Oh, boy.
Da Silva from the corner releases, and another three-pointer.
You could see that one from opening up from here. Mulatalo, she's had her feet set, and, I've seen her make every three-pointer that she shot this half or in this game. So
quick release there by Mulatalo. She's now up to 14 points. And bringing Viewmont back into this game. Viewmont leads right now, but right as I say that, Burbage hits a three-pointer. And the Mustangs now up by 2, 38-36, 6:10 remaining in the final quarter.
Yeah, that was needed.
Mustangs give up a layup, but Street comes away with the rebound. And they're going to call a jump ball. Mulatalo there to cause the jump ball.
Yeah, Street, the smallest person on the court, getting that rebound.
In for the Mustangs, Shelby Uleberry comes in for Street, who's been doing a great job on the rebounds and a great hustle here in this game. Mulatalo picks up her dribble, finds her sister, spinning, and she will kick it out of bounds.
I said this earlier, Mon's arms she is just getting those arms and hands exactly where they need to be, and Mulatalo cannot get by her. Every time she's done that, it's been a turnover.
Uleberry being guarded. Hilton in the corner, dribbles up top, finds Mons for a triple. Hits the rim and bounces off, but Hilton corrals the board. Burbage drives, spins into the middle, off the backboard, too hard. And Gunnell with the rebound. She'll slow things down for the Vikings. Turnover by the Vikings as Mulatalo was looking for her sister. Mons pulls up from 15 feet, rattles in and out. Quick shot.
That's a travel. If I'm Viewmont, I'm trying to get it back to Mulatalo for another 3. Good box out. That was a great rebound. She's doing a great job coming in here.
Burbage up the court for the Mustangs. Slows things down. Ulibarri drives over the top, finds Grunning on the baseline for a jumper. Some great looks here by the Mustangs. They are driving and finding open shooters. They're just not hitting these shots.
Yeah, they're finding the open shooters, but it would help them if they could just drive and get some layups. But we've seen that, I mean, they've missed some wide open layups.
Enger will take the ball out of bounds, finds Mons in the corner. She drives, pulls in her own offensive rebound and throws it off of Welsh's legs. Mustangs will get a second opportunity here. Mons gets the ball again. Enger into the corner. Crosses back baseline.
Nice pump fake.
Finds Mons. And again, just can't locate the center of the hoop to get these balls to fall through the rim. Great transition defense there as the Mustangs cause Viewmont into another turnover, and they're going to line up in their full court press. Ulibarri in the middle. Walking the ball up the court. Kicks to Murdoch in the corner. She looks at the rim. Enger drives over to the top with her left hand. Stops, finds Murdoch again in the corner. And this time long, but Mons collects the board. It'll be a jump ball. Mustangs with another opportunity here.
Yeah, I can't really call the timeout as soon as the Harriman grabbed that, but the refs wouldn't give it to him, but possession remains with Harriman.
Mustangs lead right now, just 2 points, 38-36. With 4 minutes remaining, Enger tries to do her fadeaway shot, short off the rim, and De Silva pulls in the rebound.
You know, the Mulatalo sisters are out, so I think they're going to come back with 3 minutes left, 2:30, and they're going to, they're going to be well rested. They're going to have their feet. Now, we'll see how that Harriman can get a little bit of separation right now.
Mickelson throws the ball, almost a turnover, but Gunnell gets the ball, slows things down, but airball three-pointer by Welsh. Offensive rebound by the Vikings.
Clock shot hasn't reset. Let's see if that goes in.
Great box out there, and Murdoch throws the ball up ahead to Burbage. She'll pull it out, wait for her team to get some numbers. Enger drives, finds Ulibarri. Kicks out to Burbage for 3.
Get in.
And in! Burbage now with 11 points, 2 threes in the second half.
Yeah, that's something that we needed. 5-point lead. They got to just play solid defense here for the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Great job by Kenley getting that. Pulling it. Great job. Oh! That's a bad call.
Enger just been on the wrong side of some calls here.
Especially when her arm got pulled down. It's kind
Called
of
for a travel as she looked like she was trying to throw the ball. Looked like her arm was also pulled.
I won't get kicked out for that one, Miley. I know the PTSD is kicking up here, but
all-time record against Viewmont. Harriman leads 2-0. They've won 1 at home and 1 away. Haven't played on a neutral court before, but Mustangs lead by 5 points, 41-36, 2:40 remaining in the game, and Enger almost gets another steal.
Oh, boy.
Mulatalo with the fadeaway and off the back rim, and Enger pulls in the board. Kicks out to Burbage. She drives right, stops, finds Mons. Shield with a nice step back. Rolls out.
One thing I would look at, Miley, with only 2 fouls, I think Harriman can play super aggressive here, cause some more turnovers. I don't want him to, just play super aggressive and not let him get good looks.
From the corner, Gunnell shoots. And an offensive rebound here by Viewmont. Mulatalo up top, back to Gunnell.
Yeah, I'd just be putting a lot more pressure on with this much time left.
Corner now, short, and Ulibarri collects the board. Harriman here will call a full timeout, kind of get things under control. The lead's just 5, 41-36. Mike, you talked here about wanting to see some aggressive defense with only 2 fouls.
Yeah, I say that because I remember last year, when they were in the semis, Harriman had a lot of fouls to give, and, you can put a lot of pressure on girls, and they're going to make, some panic mistakes, and I think that if you do that, again, I'm not saying we're reach and foul, but just make the girls make harder decisions. I mean, only 2 fouls, and we've seen that, Viewmont, it's not like they've got a really good playmaker that can sit there and break people down. The other thing I'm surprised is Viewmont needs to set something up for Mulatalo. I mean, she didn't even touch the ball, since she's been in the game, and that's been the girl who's, been making, the threes, and they've been deep threes. So anytime they can set up a play for her would be helpful.
The Mulatalo sisters, Emma and Aubrey, have combined to score 22 of Viewmont's 36 points. The other 6 points coming from De Silva and 5 from Gunnell. Those are really their scores, but again, it's been the Mulatalo sisters, and they haven't really hit them in their last couple minutes. We'll see if the Mustangs can score here to extend their lead. Again, they are up 41-36, less than 2 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, and then this is where, Viewmont can do the same thing. Oh, let's get in there. Oh.
Burbage off the side of the backboard as pressure came at half court on Edgar. Viewmont looking to push. Mulatalo hits Welsh. She almost loses the ball and gets stripped, but Gunnell will back it back out. 1:25 left on the game clock. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Cutting misses the layup by Mulatalo. Another offensive rebound. That's now 10 for the game. Cutting. Mulatalo tries to reverse it in kind of awkward plays. It looked like someone jumped up. I don't even know what happened there,
yeah,
but
I couldn't tell. And this is where with each team with 2 fouls, they really have to start fouling. And this is why Harriman could foul. You just can't give them a good look.
When we look at the influence that the shot clock has on the game, this with 1:10 remaining, could be 2 possessions. And right now the Mustangs do lead by 2 possessions. High school shot clock is 35 seconds. So if the Mustangs could get a stop and a score, that could potentially be the game depending on how time is played the rest of the game.
Right.
1:10 left on the clock, 27 on the shot clock for the Vikings. Welsh in the corner. Working the ball around from corner to corner. Mulatalo in the paint. Great double team there by Ulibarri.
Good defense by Ulibarri right there. Wow, she did a really, really good job.
Gunnell will stop and just throw the ball out of bounds. Another turnover for the Vikings. And now head coach Cameron Gardner will call his timeout to set something up on defense. Last possession when Harriman came down, they sent out a quick double team to the top of the top of half court. Harriman was rushed into a quick 3-pointer. What do you expect them to drop on the defensive end here?
They're going to go for a quick steal. If not, they're just going to play the foul game. Again, they've got to foul 5 times in 54 seconds before they get to the 1-and-1. So they're just going to play over aggressive, and sometimes we've seen that the officials have let the girls play on both ends. They haven't really called a lot, even though it's been a physical game. So, if Harriman's expecting, every whistle to be called when they just barely get touched, that could be a mistake. So they just got to play strong. And if they can just move the ball, again, I said at the beginning of the game, Viewmont overplays. They're super aggressive on a lot of different things. And so if you can just sit there and make the right play, it's going to be a wide open layup.
If Viewmont elects to play the foul game, this is a tough team to play that game with, as the Mustangs shoot 79% on the season. They shot 78%, so I think they were above 80% before last night's game. But with the players you have on the court right now, there's not really a bad person to foul.
No, a foul shotting contest, they're going to lose every time. So Harriman has just great foul shooters from top to bottom.
Viewmont will put on a full court man, and they're just going to pressure Enger goes across half court, and she'll turn the ball over. Stolen away by Welsh. She'll go full length of the court, stop, and on the pass it looked like. It almost was a turnover, but Viewmont will get the timeout to draw up a play that will be on the baseline.
Yeah, it's a tough turnover right there. Viewmont again is going to have to foul, so you just got to sit there and move the ball, play smart. I mean, I was surprised that they weren't fouling. I mean, they just played super aggressive defense and got the ball back. So we'll see if they set something up here from Mulatalo. If we look at the last inbounds play that they did and got her the ball, it was over there in the corner where they set up a pick and fade for her. So we'll see if they're able to do that again and, maybe play a little bit over aggressively on her and make someone else shoot the ball.
Mustangs lead right now just 5 points, 41-36. 41 seconds left on the clock. They need to stop right now or Viewmont will be able to cut it to one possession.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning, Miley, we've already been able to tell, just the back-to-back games, the threes do not drop as easily when you're at game 2, and it's not going to be the same when you get to game 3 and game 4. So Harriman, for the next 2 games, they're going to have to find a way to get better looks that are, closer.
Over the top, the ball's inbounded to Mulatalo, back into her sister. She hits the jump shot. Lead cut down to just 3 points. The Mustangs lead 41-38, and a quick timeout is called. This will be a full timeout, and we'll take the timeout with them. This is Game On Live Studio. The lead is 3 points for the Mustangs. 37 seconds left in this game, coming down to a wire game just like we saw last night.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see who the possession arrow goes to, because I mean they're going to go for steals, and
Viewmont putting on a full court press, full court man-to-man, and Peterson just a little over-aggressive there. Will get charged for the reach. Shot clock is turned off now, 32 seconds left, and the full court man-to-man is still present.
Yeah, they're going to just play super aggressive for the next 32 seconds, hopefully get a tip. And
ball inbounded to Murdoch over the top. Almost gets stripped away by Gunnell, but another foul will be called. Still 3 more fouls needed before the Mustangs get sent to the free throw line for 1-and-1. Enger to inbound. Finds Mons up top. And Welsh now will get the foul. Still 2 more fouls to be had. Foul counts 5-2, and all 3 of these fouls or 3 of the Viewmont's fouls have come in the last 10 seconds of the game. Another quick foul there by Peterson. Foul count now 6-2. Couple seconds have wound off the clock now, 26 seconds remaining. Enger to inbound, finds Mons. She picks up the ball, she gets trapped. And before she turns the ball over, Coach Smith calls a timeout to send the Mustangs to draw up a play. Again, it's just a 1-possession game here, 41-38, now 23 seconds remaining. If you're the Mustangs, what are you talking about in this timeout?
Well, you're going to set up a play and get it to your best foul shooter right now. Next one's going to be a 1-and-1, so, really all you have to do is, make one of those shots, and really the game could be over. So we'll see what play is set up, and hopefully it's a quick look, and Harriman will get somebody that's going to make some foul shots. Yeah, the last 10 seconds were probably some of the most exciting 10 seconds of basketball.
Oh, yeah, just like 4 straight fouls. That was way awesome. But if the same 5 are on the court, Hallie Burbridge is an 81% free throw shooter. You have Mariah at 77, Brinley an 83, Enger 86, and Ulibarri a 67. So there's not really a bad person to foul.
Yeah, you just don't want to get the ball in.
Enger finds Murdoch and turns the ball over, stolen away by Welsh.
Foul him. You got to foul
She
him.
goes, gets the layup, but they miss. Offensive rebound. Enger will get the foul. 15 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, and see, this is where, when you're with this much time left, and even though they had the ball, Harriman could have done the exact same thing that Viewmont did and just foul them, four straight times and take off 10, 12 seconds.
Stout with her first point of the game, sinks the first foul shot. Just a 2-point game, 15 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, now it's going to come down to the foul shots. I mean, they're going to, they're going to play super aggressive again, and we'll see what Harriman's going to do to try and break the press.
Stout with the second free throw, misses left in. Murdoch pulls in the rebound. Ulibarri kicks out to Enger. She dribbles, and Welsh will tie her up, sending her to the foul line for a 1-on-1 opportunity.
Yeah, need to make 2 of these, and technically the game could be over, but, it's girls basketball. Anything can happen. And here's the thing, if she misses it, I mean, this is where you foul. You foul them, and, because, again, the foul count is, 7-5 right now? There we go.
Enger sinks the first free throw, her first point of the game after scoring 11 points last night. Second free throw off the back rim, and clock ticks, and as Burbridge chases down the rebound, it'll go back to the Mustangs with 9 seconds.
Yeah, that was a hard one to see. I don't know if that was the right call, but I think we'll take it.
Viewmont playing offense for defense right now. Mass substitution. 1 possession game here in the final 10 seconds. Enger throws over the top to Mons, and now she'll be fouled. Just a couple ticks off the clock. Mons here in the game with 16 points. She's a 77% free throw shooter on the season. As Viewmont, another mass substitution, playing offense for defense.
Yeah, and what's interesting is when they play, when Viewmont puts their girls in, the Molitalo sisters, even though they're the tallest, they're the farthest away from the rebound. So it'll be interesting to see what the reasoning behind that is.
Mons sinks the first free throw, making it now a 2-possession game. Harriman leads 43-39, 7.9 seconds left on the clock. Mons with the second off the back. Misses basically almost the same way as Enger did on her second free throw. And another timeout by Viewmont. Seems like there's been an unlimited amount of timeouts here in the fourth quarter, but I guess that's what happens when you don't call any in the first 3 quarters.
Right. Yeah, they've got 1 timeout left, so I'm sure if they come down and make the 3, they'll call another timeout to stop the clock. I mean, that's really the only way that they can stop the clock. Because really, Harriman doesn't really have to inbounds the ball. If they didn't have a timeout, it could be over.
It'll be interesting to see how the Mustangs do elect to play defense here. They only have 5 fouls, so they still need 2 more to send Viewmont to the foul line. So they could play defense a couple seconds and stop the clock by fouling.
Which probably would be a good play because you just don't know if Viewmont would have if they're running a play. So you might want to just foul them real quick. that would kind of just sit there and go, oh, what are we supposed to do now, coach? And maybe he calls the last time out. So we'll see what they end up doing.
This is coming down to the wire. 2 games back-to-back last night against Jordan. Harriman won 62-59. Little different scoring this tonight as Harriman leads 43-39, a 2-possession game. 6.7 seconds left on the clock, and Mickelson will inbound for the Vikings. Over the top to Gunnell, and Burbage will foul her early. Didn't really go for the ball there. She's got to be careful on those fouls, but now the next foul will send Viewmont to the foul line. Foul count now 8 on Viewmont, 6 on Harriman.
Yeah, you don't want to push like that, but I'm glad the ref didn't do anything. Oh, yep.
Peterson kicks over the top to Gunnell. She tries to get a 3 off, and it'll be off the backboard. That will be the game. Harriman comes away with the victory, 43-39. Back-to-back wins here, super close. But overall, a great victory here by the Mustangs.
Yeah, it was a good victory. I think when the Mustangs go back and watch this game, they'll see that they had a 10-point lead at halftime, and again, it's just like they did in the game yesterday. They allowed Viewmont to get some momentum, get back in the game, and really it became closer than it really needed to be. Mulatalo did a great job for Viewmont. For Harriman, I thought Ulibarri did a good job in the second half, made some good shots and some free throws. And Mons and Burbage also had a really good game today.
Harriman will continue their 4 games in 4 days by playing Hunter tomorrow at 5:45 and then taking on the 5A defending state champions Springville Saturday at 11:45. You can catch us here again tomorrow at 5:45.